Most people see red in the stock market, and they freak out. They panic sell, locking in losses and missing out on huge opportunities. But for those of us who are playing the long game, we see red and get excited. Because a market crash isn't the end of the world, it's a sale. It's a chance to buy great companies at a discount. Today I'm breaking down 5 solid stocks you should be watching, and maybe even buying during this market downturn. These aren't meme plays. These are strong companies built to survive and thrive. Let's go. First up, we've got Apple. Look, I know what you're thinking. Apple? Really? Everyone talks about Apple. But hear me out. Apple is much more than just iPhones these days. They've got services, wearables, and a brand loyalty that's practically unmatched. They're sitting on a mountain of cash, they consistently buy back their own stock, and their ecosystem is so sticky, it would make honey jealous. When the overall market dips, even a giant like Apple can see its stock price drop. But historically, those dips have been buying opportunities. Apple has a knack for innovating, for coming out with products that people didn't even know they needed until they had them. So next time the market throws a tantrum and Apple stock takes a hit, don't panic. Because in the long run, Apple has a history of rewarding patient investors. Alright, moving on from tech, let's talk about a sector that tends to do well, even when the economy isn't looking so hot: healthcare. And when it comes to healthcare giants, Johnson & Johnson is about as solid as they come. We're talking about a company that's over 130 years old, with a diversified portfolio of pharmaceuticals, medical devices, and consumer health products. People always need medicine, bandages, and baby shampoo, right? That's what makes J&DJ a classic defensive stock. So yeah, do your own research, but don't underestimate the power of a boring, stable, dividend-paying giant like Johnson & Johnson, especially during a market downturn. Next up, we've got another tech giant, but this one's a little different: Microsoft. Now, Microsoft has been around forever, right? They practically invented personal computing as we know it. But here's the thing, they've evolved. Today, Microsoft is all about the cloud, with Azure being one of the leading cloud computing platforms in the world. Think about it, businesses everywhere are moving their operations online, and they need cloud services to do it. That's where Microsoft comes in. They're also making big moves in artificial intelligence, gaming, and other growth areas. So, if you're looking for a tech company that's built for both the present and the future, Microsoft should be on your radar. They're a prime example of a company that can weather a market storm and come out even stronger. Okay, let's talk about Warren Buffett, the Oracle of Omaha. You know him, right? One of the greatest investors of all time. Well, Berkshire Hathaway is his company, and investing in Berkshire is like buying a tiny piece of Warren Buffett's brain. Now, Berkshire Hathaway isn't your typical company. They're a holding company, which means they own a ton of different businesses, from insurance, Geico, anyone, to railroads to energy companies. They've even got a big stake in Apple. Talk about diversification. But here's the beauty of Berkshire. Buffett and his team are masters of capital allocation. They have a ton of cash on hand, and they're ready to swoop in and buy assets at bargain prices. It's like having Warren Buffett himself manage a portion of your portfolio. Now, for my viewers in India or those looking to diversify their portfolio internationally, I want to talk about HDFC Bank. This is one of India's largest and most respected private sector banks, and they've got a track record of strong financial performance, even in challenging economic conditions. Think about it. India has a massive and growing population, and HDFC Bank is well positioned to benefit from that growth. They've got a strong retail banking franchise, a growing presence in rural areas, and a focus on technology and digital banking. So, if you're looking for exposure to India's economic growth story and want a financially sound bank with a long runway for growth, HDFC Bank is definitely worth considering. Remember, market crashes are a natural part of the economic cycle. They're not fun, but they're inevitable. The key is to be prepared, not panicked. By having a watch list of solid companies like the ones we discussed today, you can turn a market downturn into a chance to build long-term wealth. So, which of these stocks are you watching? Got your own crash favorites? Drop them in the comments below. I reply to everyone. And don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos about building wealth and crushing your financial goals.